Hello, this is Old Electronics Fan. And this is a Hitachi model TRK5620H. This, as far as I can tell, or as far as I was able to find out, was something that was built in '79. In further on in the video, because I'm filming this unfortunately after I did all the rest of it. In the video, you're going to find out that I thought this was mid-80s, like 1985. So I was off by 6 years. But that means that this thing is 42 years old, which is pretty crazy. I thought that it was going to be a simple clean the controls, but then, as I'll show you in a minute, it was doing some funky things, and it was kind of leading me to believe that there was something more serious going on with this. So I decided I was going to get into this a little bit. I'm still hoping that this will be useful and interesting to some. If you've got a piece of vintage equipment like this, and maybe you've only dabbled with electronics a little bit here and there, watch this, because it's fairly simple to get into one of these to fix the problem. You need a screwdriver, contact cleaner. I happen to like the Oxid these days. It seems to work really well on tough cases. There are other brands of Deoxit, other brands of contact cleaner out there that work pretty well. So a screwdriver and some contact cleaner, and it's not a hard thing to do, and you could get a piece of vintage equipment that maybe you want to keep and use, and get it working again. So we're going to continue on with what I originally filmed, and like I said, I hope you get something out of it. This is not an in-depth repair video, but there were some quirky problems with this thing, with this unit, that caused me to go ahead and film it, and I also learned a lesson or two along the way, so I hope you'll join me. It's definitely got a dirty volume control, which is super simple. Depending on the design of the volume control, it's pretty straightforward. Like I may have on the top of this, there is off, tape, off, radio, and sleep. It looks like I'm not sure if that's where my problem is or not, but that's a problem too, because that control seems to be dirty. I don't know. And then we've got this over here, which is not going to make, okay, fine. When I first plugged this in, this was not acting right. You just jiggle this, usually it's staticking. Yeah, it's kind of doing it, but it's not as bad as it was, of course. And I can't really see anything bad going on there. So the question is there a problem with the cord? Is there a problem with this, where it connects into the circuit board? I don't know. So
70 AM and 96.5 FM. And try to win a free cut and color too. Remember to call and ask for Senga. Hair Now, located at 5 Main Street in North Bennington. 802-442-7872.
Well, I'm not sure. I may just be dealing with dirty controls on this. I'm going to take it apart. We're going to see what's going on inside here. I don't know if the FM works on this. This is an antenna that I jury-rigged from something else. The antenna had broken off here. I have no idea where I got this. I'm quite sure, because of how this is secured, that this antenna did not come with this radio. Well, let's see. Yeah. Well, not much going on there. Probably a dirty control. That's kind of what it looks like, but I don't know. Let's see what we can find out. Okay, power off. There's 4 screws. Let's take a peek. If nothing else, I will be able to put this to work. You can tell by the dust collection on it that this hasn't been used in a long time. I don't know how old this is. Oh, I'm guessing, well, that's an antenna screw. I'm guessing, oh, let's see, what would I think this would be? Well, a total guess on my part would be somewhere in the 80s, but it could be newer than that, but I don't think so. Yeah, I just don't know. All right, well, let's see what's going on inside of here. All right, well, it's got a cassette deck. I want to see this handle wants to come off. All right, I'll remove it before it goes somewhere. The belt actually feels pretty good. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Let's see. All right. I guess I have to take these knobs off. Ooh, that sucker took off. Come back. All right. Let's see. Move some knobs. I don't see. Is there? Let's see here. Is that how that's going to come off? I don't see. Well, I'm probably going to have to get that off first. Let's these little things, sometimes you can persuade them to come apart. It did come off. Alright. So I know when I try to pull this out, that has to be free. Let's see here. Oh, I see. It latches. Aha. Oh, there is a screw. I knew it. It's hiding. All right. So there's that one. Is there another one? Maybe. Cooperate. See if we can get that one free also. Come on, there you go. Alright, so I've got a switch lever somewhere. Oh, it's right there. Alright, am I missing a screw? Am I missing something else? going to say this is not that easy to take apart. It doesn't really want to cooperate very well. Let's see. I'm trying to avoid, so we've got this. I think I'm going to do this. I think that's the problem, or one of them, that this arm is sticking underneath there and preventing it from lifting out. And that was the key. Alright, there we are. So, first thing I want to look at is this. Why is this? Come on. Microphone. Power cord. Oh, okay, so we've got a switch in here. I wonder if that's my problem. The contacts look pretty decent for the power cord. So maybe the problem is this switch. Maybe this is this has the ability to be battery or AC, and I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, the battery compartment is there. So there's a switch here that when you shove the cord in, this drives this against this, so there's a possibility that's dirty. So that may be my culprit. Well, let's see, it doesn't look bad, but let's throw some cleaner down in there, which I forgot to get out. Alright, so I am going to throw some more light on here. If I'm having trouble seeing, you probably can't see anything. Alright, so there's a little metal plate here, and then there's a little contact tab down here. That's what I was aiming at, to put the cleaner on. Interesting. That's kind of weird. It's kind of puzzling. Let's check. I want to check something out here because I'm not sure what. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Where's my cable? There it is. What I'm looking at is how this switch works, because let's see, I want to move in there, and let's see here, get my swivel adjustment. Are you going to stick on me? Yes, you are. Alright, stop sticking. Alright, so in here there is a little triangular shaped piece of metal there, and there's a metal plate here, but further back it looks like there's a contact tab, but it's not. It just doesn't look right. So what I want to know is, how does that switch work? And we're going to put this on noisemaker, and we're going to check this out. Let's see here. Come on, you. Alright, and then I do this. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Well, it definitely seems like it's working. And if I have the cord in there, let me unplug the cord and check this out. This is puzzling me. All right. Let's zoom back out here a little bit. All right, so I'm putting the cord in here, and I don't see a problem there. So the next question is, am I dealing with a flaky cord? 'Cause that's very possible. Come on, you. I don't want you there or there. So, let's see here. You never know. All right. So, nothing there. Let's try this side. No indication of a problem there. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shoot some cleaner down in here, and we'll just try to work that. See if we can get it to clean up. All right. I have no idea if that fixed anything, but it's worth a try. Okay. Now, so I have a pretty good suspicion. Oh, yikes. This is fun. They really don't want you getting at those switches, do they? Oh, maybe I can. Oh, that's not nice. The plastic part broke. Well, we'll have to see how that works. What are you hanging on to? Why are you hanging on to stuff? Oh no. That is bad. Plastic is bad. Bad news. I guess I shouldn't have tried to take this off because that plastic piece just snapped right off. Well, lovely. I have to figure out how to fix that. So let's shoot. I know that these controls are dirty. All right. Yeah, can we get out this way? Yeah, maybe not, or not. All right, let's see if we can get at this one. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do to fix that. Maybe I can get creative with a yeah. Put a screw down through the center of that plastic piece. I don't know. So I have two broken plastic pieces, broken knob, and broken centerpiece. Lovely. Well, probably should have been a warning to me that I shouldn't have tried to get this knob off, but this is actually the first time I've had this happen. Yeah. So what I might try to do, I have no idea if it will work, so I might try to, because there's a hole down inside this, and it broke, and this part is actually solid all the way through, and so there is a spot where you can see where the hole stops right here. So what I might try to do is drill this out and run a screw down through the top of this into this. But before I get to that part, I'd like to know if, and you, I don't know what you're going to do about you. Alright, well, let me just, since I'm not having very good luck with this, let's take a peek at this. Alright, well, there's a switch here that I need to clean. This is probably the, could be the record switch, and those have a tendency to get dirty, so and let's see if we can get at this end. Alright, looking at these guys, it plays okay, so I'm betting that these are alright. I didn't see, I didn't hear low volume issues or anything like that, so so I'm guessing that the capacitors are okay, because it seems to be playing just fine. So then the other thing we have to get at, lovely, let's take a look here. Alright, well, these are the controls, and on the front side here, I'm misplacing stuff all over the place here. I don't know what I did. Okay. Well, the way this is set up is the volume control is obviously attached to the circuit diagram. That looks like there might be an opening at the front here. Getting at both of them is going to be interesting, but I'm going to have to give it a shot here. And let's see. That control's a little stiff. I don't remember which one is which. Tone, volume. So this was my problem child mostly. So, all right. Okay. I don't see anything else I want to deal with. Looks like a decent little speaker, 3 watts. Not very big, but I think the speaker is over-spec'd. I don't think this thing is going to be throwing out 3 watts power. Could be wrong, but now at one point I thought that I might have a problem with, with the tuning capacitor, which hides under here, and it would be very hard to get anything in there. I would have to, all I can say is I hope that that is not my problem, because I'm not sure how I would get into that, short of prying on the side here so I can get down through there. Yeah, there might be a way to pull that plastic cover away from there and shoot some stuff down in there. I'd rather not do that though. There's two reasons for that. Number one, this is going to be a real pain, but number two, probably more importantly, if you do shoot cleaner into the tuner, there's a very good chance that you will be realigning the radio. Now, the radio right now is working really well, so I'd rather not mess with it. And I will if I have to, but if I don't, that would be better. But when you put, I don't know why that's all yuckied up. Maybe I got it when I was spraying something else. When you shoot material in there, it must change the distance between the plates a little bit, which changes the capacitance slightly, and that is enough to usually require you to realign the radio, because it won't be, the alignment will go out and it won't behave as well as it ought to and all that sort of thing. I think that these that the connections in here are less than great. So, can we persuade you to crimp? Let's see here. Come on. Not being cooperative. Can I? One of the things I want to try to avoid is stabbing myself. That would be painful. And let's see. Come on, come on, come on. Bend in there, will you please? It's not cooperating. All right. We want to. Is that the right switch? Is that the right one? Oh, it's this one. Well, that seems to be working better. Let's find out. Well, maybe I was able to squeeze those just enough to tighten up that connection, so we'll stop misbehaving. That would be nice. Well, I'm debating about whether to post this or not, because this is way too easy. One of the reasons why I do the videos I do, not that I'm a major expert on this stuff, but I do have some knowledge of this. One of the reasons why I do this is for other people who might not know much at all. If I show them how to repair some simple problems, that might embolden some people to maybe start out with some of these simple issues that I discover, and come up with some fixes like crimping these posts a little bit to try to tighten them up on that connection. If I really, really have to, I can force a pair of needle nose pliers into here and squeeze it a bit harder. This is still fairly flexible, which I'm kind of surprised at. So I might be able to do that, get something thin in there and squeeze it and try to tighten it up a bit more. So right now it seems to be cooperating better than it was. So, so the big thing, I got this and I got this. So I got to work on this to see what I can come up with. See if I can get a screw that will fit in there and secure this. So let me see what I've got. And I'm going to put you on pause for a moment here because I have no idea what I've got that will actually work, because it's got to be long enough to go all the way through this, although I could grind the top of this off a little bit, and I may actually have to do that because well, maybe, let's see. No, I wouldn't have to. I was thinking that maybe the screw would stick up too far, but there's all kinds of room inside this from what I can see. So let me look into my screw collection and see what we can come up with. What I came up with. Oops. It's a fine thread screw, and it appears to be the only one I could find. It's a little bit too long, so I put a nut on it, and I'm really hoping that will be enough to make this work. We shall see. Let's zoom back out so you can see what I'm up to. Alright, so I'm trying to feed this in here, and I'm hoping, number one, that it's straight, and number one, that it's not too long. Well, whoops. It ain't pretty. I'm going to do a quick test to see, and that switch is AMF, I think, right? Where are you? Yes, it is. So, let's see. No. Oh, there you are. Misplacing stuff. So that should be FM. Yeah. Okay. Well, so the next question is, will this go on? And it won't. So, problem is the head is just a wee bit too wide. So, do some more modifying, I guess. Let's see here. I have to find the right size drill bit. I gotta be super careful not to go oversized, because I don't really want to drill that hole much larger than it has to be. Let's see here. Nope. Nope. Man, those stay in there hard. Still not there. This is starting to make me nervous. Boy, oh boy. This is going to be sketchy, to say the least. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Boy, oh boy. If this works. Oh, does it? That sure looks like it. I think. Let's just see how that fits. Down there. I think. Let's see. Was this? Maybe this was held down because it's in my way right now. Let's see. How can we get you to cooperate? Well, that may do it. I don't know. All right. Let's see. Ooh. I do believe. I'm not sure. Let's just still double check. Okay, well that works. I like to check things before I put stuff all the way back together because, well, you know, if you don't do that, you're going to wind up with something not working and you're going to be very unhappy. And I know this because I've done it more than once. I said, "Self, you should probably check this before you put it back together." And Self replies, "Yeah, it's fine, it'll work." And ooh, I think we're not going to play with that one. That one's less than great, but it fits, it works. There's probably a really good chance that it's going to give up the ghost on me at some point, but I don't expect to use this radio a lot. Although, yeah, there's no other way to do this. All right, so I think okay. So So should I do anything with this? I don't think I'm going to. I'm kind of shocked that this thing works at all, and it's moving very freely. I'm looking at the flywheel. That's spinning very nicely. There's no hint. I'd say there's no problem with that. So we got those, we got these. Let's see here. Now it's interesting. I'm not always so fortunate, but the screw I used to repair that with, I don't think I have another screw like that. It's very skinny, very long, fine thread, and I just don't think that's, because I was pawing through a lot of other things to see if I could find anything better, and the end result was, yeah, no, there's nothing better. Okay. Now I have to put that screw in before I put this together, because if I forget to do that, I won't be happy, because I'll get all done and I say, where does that screw go? I'll probably know where that screw goes without asking that question. All right. Let's see. What else do we got? I think I want to. They have a little plate right here. There's a little plate right down here. And I think it was designed to keep things like this away from the speaker. And if that was indeed what it's for, I want to make sure it's doing its job. Because that would be nice. Alright. Final test. Before I put the cover on. Oops. Gotta go this way. Alright. Now,
we're spamming it if they don't get them reduced. They're eating donkeys' heads. This grosses me out every time I think about it.
alright. Let's see. I'm going to have to get some thick paper and fold it over, I guess. Let's see. Alright. Okay, will you work? Ooh, perfect. Well, thick notepad paper doubled over will also work. That fit just about the best I want. That's about the best I could hope for. Because now the knob's not going to fall off. And that one I think could go with just a single ply of this paper. At least we're hoping. That's all it needs. Alright. Let's see. Okay, we're going to trim you off a little bit. Fold it over. Okay, I'm muttering to myself, I'm sorry. So I had to trim that a little bit and fold it over slightly. Ah, beautiful. Amazing what you can do with paper shims. Okay. So, is there anything else I need to test before I put it back together? I guess that works okay. That looks good. It's working.
The person that was requesting it, and it's
This little radio works well.
Put a cap on this, try to put a coat on this, try to get. Pretty good. 32 is high. So Ramirez walks.
Not bad.
The second walk.
Casey Mize went 3 innings for Detroit. Luis Patino.
This little radio works pretty good. Now that I've got all the problems resolved. So, flaky AC connector, and this was definitely flaky. It was causing static, and it was just, oh, I almost forgot. This is why you look around and you look at your parts and you see what's left on the table before you put the cover on. Under here is the record switch, and this is the finger that drives the record switch. And I would have put all the screws together on this thing, and saw that lying on the bench, and it's like, uh-oh, I didn't want to do that, did I? So, yes, that is the record button. And let's see. Yes. For those who don't know about cassettes, there's a little tab right here, one on each corner. If the cassette were to be the type that were non-recordable, these tabs would be broken out. When you buy new cassettes, I guess there's probably still some available, they will come with this tab in place. Now if you record something and you decide that you want to make sure the recording is kept permanently, you break these tabs out, and then the little finger, in the case of this one, is right down there, and right there's a little finger, and that's the lockout for whether, that's the thing that would lock out the tape from being recorded on if that little tab were missing. So if you want to test that your record button is functioning, you have to push that little button in, or whatever it is, little arm, whatever they're using on that particular recorder, and that frees up this. Because right now, you see this doesn't work. I hold that in, that goes down. So, alright. So that looks good. So what do I have left for fasteners? Well, I've got 4. And I know that's all the fasteners that I need to put this back together. And I don't see anything else lying loose on my workbench. So I'm assuming that, oh, yes, there is one item laying loose on my bench. My handle. And to make this easier to put back together, avoid breaking the antenna, I just collapsed this antenna so it won't give me any grief and get broken. So, well, I'm assuming, because you got this little square piece, and it looks like there's a square slot down in there, and that won't work if it's on the wrong side. Alright, I think, let's see, do I want to go that way or do I want to go this way? These can go one of 2 ways. And the question is, which way do they go? I think that will work better. This thing is offset. If you look at this, there's more showing here than here, and it makes a difference which way this goes in, because if you have the offset in the wrong direction, the cover probably won't go on. So I noticed with the offset one way, this tab was sticking up out of this slot, and I had a pretty good feeling looking at this that this cover wasn't going to go on if that stayed like that. So, come on. Ah, yes. A thing of beauty. I do believe that was the right way to go. Alright. Screw this thing back together. We'll do a final test. And I'll just quickly check my cassette player. Not that I think it has broken since I was last using it, but I like to just make sure. I have this saying, and I've probably used it before in one of my recordings. I will probably use it again. Murphy was an optimist. Murphy of the, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong in the worst possible way. Well, it seems like in some cases Murphy's working overtime, and things can go wrong in the worst possible way, time and time again, multiple times in fact. Some of the things I've had to deal with, Murphy was working overtime that day apparently, because he was not letting up. I'd fix one thing and Murphy would say, "You think you're done, don't you?" And I would say, "Yeah." And Murphy says, "No, you're not done." And something else would go south. And there have been times when I wanted to let Murphy win. Let's put it that way. Because he was just too good. Alright. Thought I'd clean a little bit of the dust off from this thing so it doesn't look quite so bad. Yeah, I don't know how long this has been sitting where it was sitting. I just happened to find it a few days ago when I was looking for some other things. And it called to my name. Called me by name. "Hey you." I go by, I answer, "Hey you." "Hey you, I'm here. Why don't you look at me?" And I thought, well, why not? So I tried playing with it a little bit and discovered that it had some irritating issues, which I'm really hoping have gone away. Alright, well, enough of that. Let's plug her in. Yes. And turn this off because that makes racket. Well, that didn't seem to help me much. Okay, let's get away from that copyright stuff. There it is.
That was something called...
Well, not bad. It works. AM, FM works. Oh, I was going to check out the tape player, which actually I can still do. Alright.
1827.
That's not the right tape. I don't know. There it is. This to be wind. Now let's try a different one of those. I don't remember how good some of these tracks were. If any are better than the other. There it is. Apparently Hitachi made some fairly decent low-end stuff. I mean, this is not exactly what you call high-end, but you know, it, well, number one, it still works, which is pretty good, and it took minimal repair work to fix it. Of course, the plastics are less than stellar on this, which is too bad. And I have every confidence that at some point, either this one or this one are going to let go. This one's already a bit flaky, so whoops! So I got to be careful with that. Sorry about that. But hey, that was kind of fun to just fiddle around with this. Sometimes when I'm just looking for something to do, I don't want to laze around and do nothing. Sometimes I find myself tinkering with something like this. And this time I decided to just put it on tape. Well, tape. I decided to record it. It's pretty basic what I had to do to it, other than getting creative repairing this. Of course, the standard shims in the control knobs. That's not exactly innovative, but and it did give me a little bit of grief trying to figure out what was wrong with it. I think this is finally sorted out, and I've come to the conclusion that the connections inside of here needed to be crimped a little bit tighter, and that apparently solved my problem. Because after I did that, it seemed to straighten out. I wasn't sure if I had gotten enough crimp on it, because it didn't seem like it moved much. But sometimes it doesn't take much. So for somebody who isn't used to dealing with these kind of weird problems, there's simple things you can try. I did use some deoxit on it. That did not entirely fix my problem, but maybe when I crimped it, that enabled the deoxit to do its work, because then there was more friction against the copper in the end of this. Maybe there was some corrosion there that I could not see, and the deoxit took care of it. That's good. I'm happy with that. And so I'm going to wrap this up here. So go after the simple stuff first, the easy stuff first, the stuff that doesn't require you to go after things like the tuning capacitor and other things like that. Try to keep things simple as you can, because as I have so often done, has made life a whole lot more complicated for myself than I needed to. So hopefully I'm learning. Slow down, think. What are the simple things you can do first? Go after the most obvious thing like this. Control that was noisy, and you know that's acting up. Go after that first to see if that solves the other problem. If it does, great. You don't have to worry about going deeper. If it doesn't, then you go on and dig in further into the unit. So, with all that said, have fun playing with stuff, be safe, keep it simple, the old KISS principle, and enjoy it. And if you've watched this, I appreciate that, and hope you come back when I get into something a bit more involved.